something you said that I want to also just pick up real quick about the two seeds, the seeds of the woman and the seed of the snake. And just, if I didn't make it clear when I was covering the Cain and Abel story, I want to, because it's really important for the story of Yaakov and his brother Esau. So both Cain and Abel were seed of the woman. So they both begin as, because they're both literally sons of the woman who was at the tree. So both are seeds of the woman. And then in that dialogue that God has with Cain, in the narrative, what that represents, it's Cain's choice about what kind of seed he's going to be. In other words, you can be the seed of the woman, but become the seed of the snake by your moral choices. Cain becomes, he adopts the influence of the crouching animal, sin, and so finds himself to be an agent of the snake. I think that's what the narrative parallel is teaching us there, which means that you can be the non-chosen and the seed of the snake by your choices. But what that also leaves open is, man, what if the chosen ones are kind of snake-like sometimes? And as we're going to see in the story of Abraham, Abraham is compared to the snake on many occasions when he's the liar and the deceiver. For example, when he lies and deceives two kings on two different occasions about the identity of his wife and hangs her out to dry, puts her at risk by saying she's not his wife, trying to preserve his own security and well-being. And so anybody can be the seed of the snake, and anybody can become the seed of the woman. These are not two lineages from which you cannot escape. These are two ways of being human or becoming subhuman, as it were, by falling prey to the deception of the snake. And so we're going to see this in the Yaakov story at length. Because remember, to be the non-chosen doesn't mean that you play no role in the purposes of God. It just means that the lineage of the snake-crushing Messiah isn't going to come through that line. But what God said to Cain was, listen, if you do good, there's exaltation for you too. But if you don't do good, sin's right there. And so this is a choice that Yaakov and his brother Esau is going to develop this theme of how the non-chosen responds to God's choice of one. But God's choice of the one is always so that the blessing can go to the many. And that's the dynamic at work here. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but